Time now for AZ Audibles every week. Eric Sorensen, Sports 360 AZ. Zach Alvira with the Tribune newspapers doing his thing. And let's start with you, Zach. There's two stories I want to get to with both of you. Kyler Casper at Williams Field, a 2023 kid, meaning he's a junior going into his senior year, commits over the weekend to Oregon, says, I'm reclassifying. Fans may not be aware of what that entails. In a nutshell, it means he's not going to play his senior year in high school. He's already going to go to college. Do you see this as a trend? Is this troubling? Does this make sense? Kyler Casper.
I don't necessarily see it as a trend. And for Kyler Casper, especially, I think it does make sense. I think he's a kid who ended up, missing a whole season due to injury anyway, before he transferred over to Williams Field. I think he's ready for that next level. I mean, if you look at him, he's 6'5", 6'7", or something like that. I mean, the kid is ready for the next level. He can catch it over anybody. He's got the speed. He's got the hands. He's got the power already. A trend, maybe not so much, because I really don't think a lot of the kids here in Arizona, or really for that matter anywhere, are ready to make that much of a jump in their junior season. But Kyler is one of the exceptions, in my opinion.
Eric?
I'm going to switch this over to basketball, Brad. I remember a few years back, I was talking with Nico Mannion, the standout from Pinnacle, and I asked him, but I think it was after his sophomore year, if he was bored with high school. And he kind of gave me like a little snicker, and he said, I wouldn't say I was bored. I'm just ready for the next level. And like Zach said, same with Kyler Casper. I mean, he's proven all he needs to prove at Williams Field. CJ Tiller, his quarterback, transferred out. The Boise State commit is going to be playing his last year in Southern California. So I don't see an issue with it at all.
Let's stick with Eric for a minute on this next one, Zach, and that is the AIA last week met with some of the prominent football coaches, and one of the items of discussion, from my understanding, was not playing the championship games at Sun Devil Stadium. The cost is prohibitive. Guys, this has been going on for as long as I've been here, in the early 90s to now. Where is the best location, Eric, to play the championship football games, to make it a special experience for the kids, not it be played in a bunch of empty seats, not having it be too expensive? What's the best solution from your view?
The best venue is the Walk-Up Sky Dome in Flagstaff. Obviously, that's not the best location, but if you guys and people much smarter than me could find a way to get that dome down to like the Norterra area, maybe for a few weeks in December, that would be ideal. An 11,000 seat stadium in a dome, no weather concerns. But I just think, Brad, you have to play this game at Sun Devil Stadium. It's up to the kids to make this a special deal. If you are playing at the highest level and you're playing the Open Division Championship at a high school stadium, I just can't see that being fun for anyone.
Zach, a couple of years ago, Chandler played Hamilton in a championship game at Desert Vista High School, to Eric's point. I'm sure you were there. Was that a special environment? Was that enough?
I don't think it was enough for an Open Division State Championship game. Eric brings up a really good point. That is the pinnacle of high school football here in Arizona. It needs to be played in a bigger venue. And as far as what other venues might be available, I mean, the Walk-Up Sky Dome is obviously a really good one, but then, the argument's going to be who wants to travel 2 hours north to go play a championship between two Valley schools, more than likely. The same goes for down in Tucson. Who's going to want to travel 2 hours south to play, like, for example, a few years ago, Chandler and Perry, both literally in the East Valley, only a few miles apart, traveled all the way down to Tucson. We have Bell Bank Park. The only problem is only one side of the bleachers is there. So I really don't think that's an option unless they add more bleachers. I really don't know. I think, the AIA just kind of has to, at this point, stick with ASU.